Oh, the Canadian Rockies! Just saying the name sends a little shiver down one's spine, doesn't it? It speaks of towering peaks, all jagged and snow-capped, like something from a dream. It whispers of vast, ancient forests, so green and deep you could lose yourself for a lifetime. And the lakes. My darlings, the lakes are colors you simply won't believe until you see them with your own eyes. This isn't just a place, it's an experience, a feeling. It's a grand, sweeping invitation from Mother Nature herself, promising adventure and sights that will simply take your breath away. Why a train, you might ask? Well, there's simply nothing quite like it. It's the romance of the rails, the clickety-clack rhythm that becomes the soundtrack to your adventure. You're not rushing through, you're gliding, observing, absorbing. This journey through the heart of the Rockies promised to be something utterly spectacular. The Canadian Rockies are more than just mountains, they are a symbol of raw, untamed beauty. They represent a challenge, a monumental piece of our planet that demands respect and awe. The Rockies were calling, and who was I to resist such a magnificent summons? The train itself, oh, it was a splendid creature. Long and gleaming, it waited patiently at the platform, a promise of the adventure to come. There's a certain dignity to these magnificent machines, isn't there? A sense of history, of countless journeys made, countless stories held within its carriages. Hearing the conductor call, "All aboard," sent a thrill right through me. It was the real beginning, the moment you stepped from the everyday into the extraordinary. The whistle blew, a deep, resonant sound that echoed the excitement bubbling inside me. We were off. Inside, the atmosphere was simply delightful. A gentle hum of anticipation filled the air. Fellow travelers, all with a similar sparkle in their eyes, settled into their seats. There were families, couples, solo adventurers like myself, all drawn by the magic of the Rockies. The staff were charming, always ready with a smile and a helpful word. With a gentle lurch, the train began to move. Slowly at first, then picking up a steady, comforting rhythm. The city sights began to slip away, replaced by greener, more open spaces. Our grand adventure began in Vancouver. What a splendid city it is. Nestled between the sparkling Pacific Ocean and majestic coastal mountains, it has such a vibrant, energetic feel. I took a little wander through Stanley Park, a true green oasis, breathing in that fresh, salty sea air. It's a place where nature and city life seem to dance together quite beautifully. You can see float planes taking off from the harbor, and seals bobbing in the water. It felt like the perfect starting point, a gentle embrace from civilization before we headed into the wilder heart of Canada. Vancouver is a city of contrasts, and I adored that about it. Sleek modern skyscrapers stand tall, yet just a stone's throw away, you can find yourself on a quiet beach, or exploring a bustling market like Granville Island. I treated myself to some delicious local salmon, when in Rome, or Vancouver as they say. The days leading up to the train's departure were filled with a quiet excitement. Walking along the seawall, looking out towards the distant mountains, I could almost hear them calling. The train pulled away from the station, slowly at first, then gathering speed. Leaving the gentle coast behind, the landscape began to transform quite dramatically. We soon found ourselves entering the Fraser Canyon. Oh my goodness, it was as if the earth had suddenly decided to show off its raw power. The mountains closed in, their sides steep and rugged, plunging down to the rushing Fraser River below. The river itself was a torrent of churning water, a force of nature carving its way through the ancient rock. The railway line through this canyon is an absolute marvel of engineering. One can only imagine the sheer determination and bravery it took to build it. The train snaked its way along ledges carved into the cliff faces, darting through dark tunnels and clattering over high bridges. We passed Hell's Gate, where the canyon narrows dramatically, and the river boils with an incredible fury. It was quite something to witness from the safety and comfort of our carriage. The sheer scale of the Fraser Canyon was breathtaking. The train, our trusty iron steed, carried us onwards, deeper into this magnificent, rugged land. Section 5. Jasper's Gem, where mountains touch the sky. As our train chugged further inland and upwards, we eventually arrived in Jasper, and oh, what a difference. The air here felt instantly crisper, cleaner, with that distinct, invigorating scent of pine. The mountains, which had been impressive before, now seemed to absolutely dominate the skyline. They were immense, their peaks dusted with snow even in the warmer months, reaching up as if to touch the vast blue sky. Jasper felt like a true mountain town, a haven nestled amidst breathtaking wilderness. The town of Jasper itself is utterly charming. It has a lovely rustic feel with log cabin-style buildings and friendly locals. It's not a large place, which adds to its appeal, making it feel like a cozy gateway to the immense Jasper National Park that surrounds it. Jasper National Park is simply vast. It's a sprawling expanse of towering peaks, dense forests, shimmering lakes, and abundant wildlife. Jasper truly felt like a jewel. Section 6. Glacial Giants and Turquoise Tears, the Icefield's Splendor. While our train journey didn't trundle directly over the Icefield's Parkway, the views it afforded were often wonderfully similar, and many excursions take you right there. And my word, the glaciers. These are ancient rivers of ice, colossal and slow-moving, remnants of the last ice age. To see them clinging to the mountain slopes, their surfaces creased and grooved, is to witness something truly primeval. The Columbia Icefield, a vast expanse that feeds several major glaciers, is a sight to behold. It's a stark, beautiful landscape of ice and rock, powerful and overwhelmingly grand. Then there are the lakes. Oh, the lakes! Their color is something I shall never forget. Lakes like Peyto, often seen from a high viewpoint, are the most astonishing shade of turquoise, almost milky, due to the fine rock flour suspended in the glacial meltwater. Moraine Lake, with its backdrop of the Valley of the Ten Peaks, is another stunner. The sheer scale of these ice fields is difficult to comprehend. The train journey, offering glimpses of these icy giants and the vibrant waters they feed, provided a constant stream of ooh and ah moments. Section 7. Lake Louise and Banff Crown Jewels of the Rockies. And then, darlings, there is Lake Louise. It is, quite simply, one of the most famous and photographed lakes in the world, and for very good reason. When you first lay eyes on it, it truly does take your breath away. The lake itself is a stunning emerald green, reflecting the majestic Victoria Glacier that hangs like a frozen waterfall at its far end. And presiding over it all is the Grand Fairmont Chateau Lake Louise, looking like something straight out of a fairy tale. Not far away lies Banff National Park, Canada's very first national park, and another jewel in the Rockies' crown. The town of Banff itself is a bustling, charming place, nestled in a valley surrounded by towering peaks like Mount Rundle and Cascade Mountain. You can take a gondola ride up Sulphur Mountain for the most spectacular panoramic views, stretching for miles in every direction. There is so much to do in and around Banff and Lake Louise, beyond simply gasping at the views, though one could happily do that all day. These places are popular for a reason. They possess a magic, an undeniable allure that draws people from every corner of the earth. Section 8. Echoes of Ages, Indigenous Spirit and Railway Dreams. It's so important amidst all this natural splendor to remember the human history of these lands. For thousands of years, long before any train tracks were laid or towns were built, these mountains, valleys and rivers were home to indigenous peoples. Nations like the Stoney Nakoda, the Ktunaxa, the Tsuut'ina, and many others have a deep spiritual connection to this land. Their ancestors lived in harmony with nature, understanding its rhythms and respecting its power. Their stories, traditions, and sacred sites are woven into the very fabric of the Rockies. The arrival of the railway, of course, brought immense change to these traditional territories. While it was a remarkable feat of engineering, connecting Canada from coast to coast, it also had a profound impact on indigenous communities, altering their way of life forever. It's a complex history, one of both progress and hardship, and it's vital to acknowledge all aspects of it. Learning about the indigenous heritage of the Rockies adds another layer of depth and understanding to the journey, enriching the experience immeasurably. The building of the Canadian Pacific Railway itself is an epic tale. The railway is more than just a mode of transport here, it's a living piece of history. Section 9. A Journey's End, A Heart Forever Changed, Your Own Rocky Mountain Call. As our magnificent train journey began to draw towards its end, perhaps chugging towards Calgary or further east, a lovely sense of reflection settled over me. The rhythmic clickety-clack that had been our constant companion now felt like a gentle farewell. Looking out of the window, the towering peaks began to soften, giving way to rolling foothills and eventually, the wide-open prairies. It was a gradual transition, allowing time to absorb the sheer scale and beauty of everything we had witnessed. My camera was full of pictures, but my mind and heart were even fuller of memories. The lasting impact of the Canadian Rockies is something quite profound. It's not just the visual spectacle, though, that is undeniably breathtaking. It's the feeling of being in the presence of something so ancient, so powerful, so utterly wild. The crispness of the air, the impossible turquoise of the lakes, the silent majesty of the glaciers, these things stay with you. I found myself replaying moments in my mind, a glimpse of wildlife, the shared laughter with fellow travelers, the quiet awe of a sunrise over a mountain peak. It's a journey that truly nourishes the soul.